Hello everybody, Dan here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. Right, so let's get into it. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the tell-all. So there's going to be multiple parts to this video today, but it's going to focus on Shekinah and Sarper. Also, the tell-all, what happened, the drama with Shekinah. Actually, finally, on part 3, after running her mouth for the first 2 parts, finally getting called out by Andre and Danielle. And Danielle and Shekinah have a bit of a feud going on now. That's kind of, it started during the tell-all, and then it kind of escalated even outside the show to the point that Danielle is accusing Shekinah of using bots to enhance her status on social media and also to attack Danielle. So there's some, off the camera drama happening with these two that is interesting. But I will talk about what happened during the tell-all because you guys saw the previous video we did, and I thought Shekinah's behavior was trash at the tell-all. I thought that she decided to pick on Holly because she perceived Holly to be the most vulnerable member during the tell-all, and she decided to pounce and try to make a name at Holly's expense. And I thought that was just disgusting behavior. I called that out in the previous video, and that's not excusing Holly's behavior or anything like that, but really I thought she was just bullying Holly just to try to make a name for herself. So I didn't really like that. Now, in the last part of the tell-all, of course, she was confronted, her and Sarper, by Andre, but also by the rest of the cast for basically pretending like they're perfect, like their relationship is perfect, and that they're somehow beyond reproach. And that's when Danielle kind of fired back at them, especially at Shekinah, and kind of laid into her, which led to Shekinah, kind of breaking down and leaving the premises, which also led to Kenny kind of defending Shekinah a little bit, which I thought was weird. I think Kenny, I don't think he really gauged the situation very well. I think he had some good parts at the tell-all, but he had also quite a lot of bad. He didn't really stand up for Holly when Shekinah was basically being a complete nasty mean girl to her, whereas he was standing up for Holly when she was talking to Wayne and trashing Wayne. That didn't make any sense to me. And then he stood up for Shekinah when the rest of the cast were basically calling her out, but they were right to call her out because, well, she was busy kind of throwing insults and comments at all of them, but she wouldn't really take any criticism herself. So I think it was fair that she got a ton of criticism. We're also going to look at something that I didn't know about, which is that Shekinah, just like Danielle, has committed bankruptcy in the past. So I don't know how I missed this before, guys, but we know by now Shekinah allegedly is a deadbeat mom. She's been accused of being a deadbeat mom by a family member. I'll show you guys that again, but we've went over that. So she's been accused of being a deadbeat mom and being a gold digger. Now she's, she's being accused of having bankruptcy. Actually, this is a fact. She had bankruptcy in 2007. And so we'll take a look at that. She's been accused of a couple of things, and we'll take a look at that as well. So there's always new stuff with these people. Now, let's take a look at what's going on with this feud between Danielle and Shekinah. So Danielle Gates was accused of contacting this 90 Day Fiancé star's boyfriend before the tell-all. So Shekinah Garner accuses Danielle Gates of secretly messaging her boyfriend and calls Danielle complete trash. Now, Danielle suspects there's a campaign to create a fight between her and Shekinah involving paid bots accounts and responds quickly. Danielle kept her husband Johan in the dark about her plans, leading him to resent her and seek money from other women. Okay, so this article is going to talk also about Danielle and Johan. We went over that yesterday, so we'll try to skip over those parts. Now, if you guys watched the video I did yesterday about Danielle, we kind of spoke about how Danielle's claims of being basically this victim that was completely blindsided, and also her proof during the tell-all, they didn't really quite pass the test, in my opinion. I thought memory was very shady, and also the dates on those messages, if memory was real, and if those weren't messages sent by Danielle, because we know she had access to Johan's accounts, I thought those messages were shady. The day was June, and this couple was done basically by December, January, so I'm not even sure that was cheating, but no one really pushed back on that. So yesterday we kind of criticized Danielle. However, today Danielle is kind of the hero in this story. So Danielle had some good moments. She had some bad moments at the tell-all, but she also had some good moments. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So this 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way cast member is accusing Danielle Gates of secretly DMing her boyfriend and claiming that Danielle is trash who belongs on the street. Danielle is a 43-year-old New York woman who debuted in 90 Day Fiancé Love in Paradise Season 2 with Johan, who's 33. She married Johan and they planned on moving to the USA, but she kept him in the dark about exactly what she wanted to do. Now, she exposed Johan at the tell-all, but not really everyone believed her. Most of the people, the cast members present, did believe her, but not everyone did. Shekinah Gardner did not raise her hand when Sean Robinson asked if they believe Johan was a cheater. And now she's suggesting that the esthetician is now suggesting that she may have done it because of a message Danielle sent her boyfriend, Sarper. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So let's see. So of her happiness, you're so miserable you have to use witchcraft to get what you want. Shout out to Johan for being a real one. Never trust a bruja, which is a Spanish for a witch. And then Shekinah says below, I think this is really the important part here. After 3 seasons, I can honestly say that nothing good has ever come to a cast member supporting the harassment of other cast members like this, especially with bots. People don't move through your world in this way. It doesn't serve anyone, certainly not you. Also, I wasn't going to say anything, but now she poked the tiger. Livey Insa message my boyfriend. Okay, so this message here below, so the one that says after 3 seasons, I can honestly say that nothing good has ever come to a cast member supporting the harassment of other cast members with bots. That's a message by Danielle. So that's Danielle accusing Shekinah of using bots to harass her. And then Shekinah responds, I wasn't going to say anything, but now I will. Danielle basically messaged my boyfriend before the tell-all, telling him she's sorry in advance for anything she might say at the tell-all, but sent me nothing, and she calls me a woman hater, and literally on set, all she did is ask if there is anyone with a penis around that can help her with this or that. The amount of time she said the words penis and vagina was appalling. Complete trash, belongs in the street. So one thing I will say here is that, you know, the tell-all filming and the tell-all edited version that we see are 2 different things. And so I'm not exactly sure that I've heard, did you guys hear Danielle using those words, you know, penis and whatnot on during the tell-all? I can't say that I recall her using it, and definitely wasn't a lot if she did. I don't recall her using those words, maybe once or twice, but I'm not exactly sure. It definitely wasn't a lot. I'm not exactly sure that I really understand Shekinah's message here. So she messaged Sarper before the tell-all and told him that she was sorry for anything she might say. Now, this is the part that Shekinah isn't telling you guys. I know this. So the 90 Day Fiancé cast members, they have these group chats, on social media where they kind of hang out together. So all of the cast members for a certain season will generally hang out in certain, group chats on Instagram or Telegram or wherever. I'm not exactly sure. This information is a few years old, but I'm sure it's the same way today. And so they'll talk in those groups together, and then they can have private conversations from those groups as well. So cast members talking before the tell-all, during the season, even before the season, this is not uncommon whatsoever. So I'm not exactly sure that I see the harm in Danielle's message. It might have been just a fun, cute little message like, oh, I'm going to say stuff, whatever, on the show. I'm not exactly sure that I see the problem with that. I don't really get what Shekinah is saying here. I don't understand why that's a problem. Yeah, she didn't message Shekinah. She messaged Sarper. So what? I don't really get the point. You guys will let me know if I'm missing it. I just don't get it. I don't see how that proves that she's a woman hater by any means. I don't know. I don't really see it. But anyway, so Danielle is accusing her of using bots here. So let's take a look at the rest of this article and see what it says here. So Danielle reposted an Instagram story in which she was tagged by Shekinah, who was offended that Danielle had poked the bear. Sorry in advance for anything she might say. Shekinah was offended, Danielle calling her a woman hater. She said that all Danielle did on set was ask if anyone with a penis would help her. So, it's funny because it feels like Shekinah is the one that is projecting a little bit, which is something I noticed she does quite a lot, because, you know, she's saying that Danielle asked anyone with a penis, but that's kind of like her own interpretation. And of course, we didn't see that, but we saw Shekinah go after pretty much every single woman on set and have nasty things to say about every single woman, which is why everybody is calling her not just a mean girl, but also a pick-me girl. And so we saw that. We didn't see any of this Danielle stuff. So Shekinah is kind of just bringing this up now, but we didn't really see Danielle attacking every single woman in the same way. So this doesn't really make any sense. So Danielle asked Shekinah to post the exchange, please. Danielle noticed that certain Instagram accounts commenting things like she should have attacked Shekinah and that she was jealous of Shekinah. Danielle went through their pages and realized there were bots. She suspected it was a net worth thing and that someone was trying to create a fine between her and Shekinah for a possible spinoff. Danielle knew it was a campaign where someone was paying bot accounts to tweet things. Danielle then saw Shekinah responding to one of them, and oh, this bitch is paying bots, she thought to herself. She said she was happy to have a public conversation with Shekinah about whatever her problem was. Danielle shared a screenshot of Shekinah replying with clapping hands emojis to a comment that called Danielle miserable for relying on witchcraft to get what she wants and praising Sarper for being honest about his past. Danielle added a caption where she said, "Nothing good has ever come to a cast member supporting the harassment of other cast members like this, especially with bots." She told her followers afterwards that no one should move through your world in this way. Now, Danielle and Shekinah seem to have lock horns over the message that Danielle reportedly sent Sarper, but Shekinah forgot to talk about it during 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Now that the season's over, Shekinah going after Danielle is a futile exercise. Danielle did not have a lot of fans when she started her reality TV journey because it seemed like she tricked Johan into believing he could live his American dream. So yeah, she kind of didn't bring it up during the tell-all or during the show, so she's bringing it up now just to really save face. I mean, it's kind of par the course for Shekinah, in my opinion. Now, I will say one thing about this thing. You guys might or might not know this, but you can buy bots on social media. Anybody can do it. You guys can go and you can pay some money and you can get a ton of followers. You can do that. The problem with that is that once you do that, all of social media works on engagement metrics. So you don't just want to have 1 million followers. You want to have 1 million followers that watch your stuff, that, you know, enjoy your content, comment on it, like it, share it, all of that stuff. That's the way it works. So when you buy those bots, those are just empty numbers that will basically handicap you from ever growing whatever it is that you're doing on social media. That's the way it works. Now, when I look at Shekinah's account, and I thought this was fishy beforehand, you can see that she comments on her own pictures through all of her own accounts, which is very odd. It's very odd behavior. So you'll often see it that she'll post something on one of her accounts, and then she has like 5 or 6 different accounts. You guys, we already went over this. Aesthetics by Shekinah, Hollywood makeup or something. They also have one about not plastic surgery, but medical. Tourism to Turkey, something like that, which I think is plastic surgery, tourism to Turkey. They have a whole bunch, guys. So they have 5, 6, or 7 different accounts, both of them. And they often use all of these accounts. It's almost like some kind of network to kind of create false engagement on their posts. Now, if they're using this, they could be using other bots as well. Like I said, it's not very hard to use these services, and sometimes you can notice that some stats are a little fishy and that they're getting a lot of comments or a lot of likes on certain posts when they're getting very few on other ones, and then it really raises eyebrows about what exactly is going on. Now, I don't know if they're using bots or not. These are Danielle's accusations, but you can always see it that on every post that they put out, they're using all of their different accounts to comment and to try to create engagement on all of their stuff. So you can see here Shekinah Garner, the retired bad boy, Sarper. These are all the same. They own all of these accounts. They're using all of their accounts to comment on their own stuff. If it's not bots, it's just weird. So you can see here Sarper, 90 Day Shekinah Garner, Shekinah and Sarper, Aesthetics by Shekinah. Basically 1, 2, 3, 4 different accounts that they own commenting on the thing. It's very, very odd behavior on the internet. And so, that's one thing. Like I said, I don't know if they're using bots or not. Danielle is accusing them of using bots to try to stir up drama and try to create hate. I know it's a thing, guys. I know it's a thing. I just don't know if Shekinah is using it. Now, some of the other things that I wanted to show you guys. So let's take a look at some of this other stuff. So let's find it. I wanted to kind of go through a little bit of Shekinah's transformation here. I know this is a big topic. I see a lot of people kind of looking up this stuff. And this picture kind of popped up very recently. This is Shekinah at some point before the fillers and the botched surgeries. This is what this post says here on Reddit. And so we can take a closer look. And that's Shekinah. Honestly, when I saw this, I couldn't even believe that it's the same picture. Like, my goodness, what has she done to herself? She's looking more and more in the realm of Darcy and Stacy Silva when, she was looking like this before. So I don't know how old this picture is. And also, I don't know who is dropping these pictures, because we've seen a couple of pictures of Shekinah drop from when she was younger. I don't think that she would be the person dropping this for some reason, because if she's got so much plastic surgery, I don't feel like she would be the person that would be dropping these pictures of how she looked like when she was younger or before. Now, also, some people are saying that Andre was the hero of the tell. By the way, you guys let me know what you thought about that before we move on to some more stuff about Shekinah and how she looked before versus now. What did you guys think about the whole Andre situation? So Shekinah accused Andre of towering over her and basically being kind of aggressive, I guess, was what she said, because Andre basically called him out. They called him out on their BS, and they didn't like it. And then Andre waited until the segment was over, and then he walked up to Shekinah. This was kind of like, I guess they were having a bit of a break. And he's like, well, you said that I'm the most toxic guy over here. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you saying, kind of thing, And she got very defensive and was acting like he was kind of being abusive to her or something like that. And a lot of people are saying, well, he didn't really raise his voice. He was right to confront her because they talk smacked about him. And so he was right to come and confront them. I don't know what you guys thought about that. I'm usually not Andre's biggest fan, but personally, I thought it was fair game. If you're going to attack Andre, you're going to go after him, call him the most toxic person or whatever. He's going to come and defend himself and come after you. And I guess Shekinah and Sarper, they have really thin skin because they don't really like being called out. They didn't like it. And afterwards, of course, Shekinah went into the dressing room or to eat lunch or whatever it was. And then she got called out by Danielle basically for being a hypocrite. And I think some of the other ladies also joined in. And basically, she kind of just took off and wouldn't have any of it. Simply because, for once during the tell-all, she was kind of getting it instead of receiving it. And just was not able to handle it. And I really think that that's what it is. I think it's a bit of a sign of narcissism, to be honest. That you can kind of go around and take a crap on every single other lady, really. I think it was mainly the ladies. But then when it comes around to you, you can't deal with it. You just can't take it. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about this whole Andre and Shekinah thing. Let me know in the comment section down below. So some other people are doing this. They're posting some memes about her. Now, we already went over this. So this person said that they used to work with Shekinah, which is interesting. I went over this in a prior video. And this person described with Shekinah. And the reason why I'm bringing this up now, guys, is because during the season, I thought this couple was super fake. And honestly, to be honest with you guys, I thought that this couple, the reason why Shekinah decided to go after everybody else instead of really talking about herself and her relationship mainly, is because her relationship was not that interesting. It's mostly fake. It's based on some really superficial things that are just not interesting. And so the most interesting that Shekinah could be was by attacking other women at the tell-all. So, but the reason why this point right here is interesting, this was 3 months ago, and I wasn't sure if this person is real or not, but this person says, when I worked with her, it was awful. She used to fight with nearly everybody. She used to get into screaming matches and storm out the rest of the day, leaving other people to cover for all of her clients. I have no idea why she didn't get fired after the first time she did that. She also treated everyone like they were under her, like they should be her assistants or something. She used to also get mad at the social media department for not making her look better on camera. LOL. Did she always give vibes of I want to be famous? Yes, she did. I think she's just obsessed with herself and wants people to know who she is. It was said from someone who knew her before that she wanted the job at her office because she would get a bigger social media following. Has anyone asked her why so many procedures? To my knowledge, no one asked her. I'm just curious why she couldn't find a rich dude in LA. Sarper is gross. First of all, I'm not really buying that they're a legit couple like the others on the show. Knowing her, she probably sees them as being a potentially famous reality TV social media couple. That's the sort of thing she values in her relationship. She wants to make sure people are doing something for her. Sarper doesn't necessarily seem rich, and neither was her younger meathead boyfriend she had a few years ago. I think she values fame and having someone she thinks looks good next to her over money. She likes to think she has caviar taste, and she likes to tell herself that others see her as having caviar taste, but she acts like new money compared to rich people of Beverly Hills. Yeah, she's one of the most vapid people I've ever met in my life. From what I saw, she forms her relationship with people solely based on what they can provide for her. Now, she really sucks as a person. She couldn't really get along with anyone at the office. Now, guys, the timestamps on these messages are over 3 months old. And so when I saw these, I wasn't sure if this was legit or not, but I think we saw it unfold exactly like this person said on the tell-all. Can't get along with anyone, fighting with everybody, thinking that she's superior to everybody else at the tell-all, bullying people that are, look to be more vulnerable, being an excessive clout chaser, which she is because she's tried to come on other reality TV shows in the past. So I think that this person is definitely legit. Now, this is an old picture of Shekinah. So this person here says, I knew Shekinah had some work done, but holy shit. When they show this old photo with her old sugar daddy, who was 27 years older than her at the time, the change is crazy. So she is kind of unrecognizable from her old self. It's really pretty shocking, in my opinion, how much work she's got done. And I really wonder why, because she was pretty before. I really wonder why she went overboard with all of the plastic surgery, and she recently got a new nose, and I'll show you guys what's going on with that in a minute, but she recently got a new nose, and I guess she's recovering from that in Turkey right now. Now, this is Shekinah Unfiltered, and I saw this just a couple of days ago, and this is what she looks like. She was doing her makeup, and this is what she looks like unfiltered. She was starting to, I think she already had some makeup on. I'm really not a makeup expert, but she had some already on, and then she started doing more of this makeup. Now, she looks like a completely different person once she has all of her makeup on her face. She doesn't look anything like this. So she's completely unrecognizable. This is honestly pretty shocking stuff to me, but this is what people are saying. They have the shocked emoji. People can't believe just how different she looks, and these are the comments. Fillers really do only look good for certain angles with makeup and lighting. Why do people do this to their faces? The lips are hideous. Another person says, I thought her nose was fine before. To each their own. I'm more concerned about her lips. The skin is stretched so thin. Her lips look like they're about to blow. I'm not even afraid to say it. She is ugly. This person says, I'm not going to judge. To each their own. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm not going to judge. I'll say this. She does know how to put on makeup well. It's like she harvested a cadaver's face and put it on her face. Yeah, so some people are kind of having fun with this and kind of making fun of her, about what she's doing to her face. And this is another picture, of her when she was younger. So I think we kind of went over this a little bit before. And this person is making fun that they are I think these are the Bogdanov brothers. This is Shekinah and Sarper. at some point. I actually kind of had a little laugh at that. This other person says that she kind of sets women back a century with her behavior. Now, I'm not going to go into that, but you know, I do think there is some truth to Shekinah being kind of a damaging influence to women. And I think that it's not just Shekinah herself. Obviously, she was bad on the tell-all. But I think all of these people that have excessive plastic surgery. Now, this is not what this article here is about. This is about her just basically, you know, excusing Sarper's behavior and appearing like she's okay with it. The reason why for me this is not really as impactful is because I don't really fully buy their story anyways. I think they're just looking for ways to make themselves interesting. And so they're playing off of this sub-dom kind of angle, kind of subtly as a way to make themselves more interesting. But I don't really fully buy it. The reason why I think people like Shekinah are damaging is because when you have people like that on social media that just have so much plastic surgery and just completely change their appearances, I think it just sends the wrong message to young girls that, you know, you got to look different. You got to look a certain way, you know, to feel good about yourself. And I just think that is a bad message. And that's why I think people like Shekinah are cancers for the young community that is looking, you know, at social media and seeing people like that on there. I think it's bad news. So there was some more stuff I wanted to talk to you guys. The video is already too long, so I'm sure we'll talk more about these two soon. One last thing I will mention is that these two are in Turkey right now, and I don't know, guys. I hope that this is not what's going to happen. I hope that my biggest fears aren't going to get realized, but you never know how TLC gets desperate. I hope they are not filming for another season as we speak, but Shekinah is in Turkey right now with Sarper, and it kind of begs the question a little bit because, you know, she's doesn't like the accusation that she's a deadbeat mom. However, she's always in Turkey, always getting work done. When she's not in Turkey, she's in Miami. She doesn't really seem to be very much involved in her daughter's life, and she really seems to be clout chasing a lot and doing whatever it takes. So I don't know. Maybe there is some truth to those claims by that person that said that she's a deadbeat mom. I don't exactly know, but she is in Turkey right now. Hopefully not filming. All right. Hopefully not filming. You guys let me know what you think about all this. Let me know in the comment section down below. Number one, would you guys like to see Sarper and Shekinah come back on the show? I think their storyline is complete bogus, complete fake. I think it played out. There is nothing interesting there. I think we need to move on and find a different and more real and interesting couple. Number two, what did you think about Shekinah during the tell-all? Did you think she went overboard? Did you think she was mean? Did you think she bullied Holly and tried to bully the other cast members? Do you think the response she got was appropriate? Do you think that Andre was too aggressive in the way that he handled the situation with Shekinah and Sarper? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. And last but not least, let's have some fun with it. Who would you guys think would win a fight between Andre and Sarper if they ever met face to face? My money's on Andre because he's 6'4" and he used to be an ex-cop and an ex-bouncer. I think he destroys Sarper in a fight. So I think Sarper boy better watch his mouth if he's really ever going to meet Andre, because I think that Andre would probably mop the floor with him. But who knows? Maybe Sarper would sneak one. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. That's going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.